mechanic. He's been working for a very long period of time, very successful at his job, has fixed many cars in his life, has opened many engines and never had a problem in terms of making sure that he can get the job done. He looked at the heart surgeon and says, well, look, this man wakes up, he goes to work, he operates on people, he's one of the best.
All right. So we're gonna go over some back testing. We're gonna do some back testing on this real quick. Y'all can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go to the daily first. So when I'm back testing with Hakanashi candles, I have my days marked off in sections. Okay. Based off of my entry time. So based off of the times I will be the candle I will be looking to get in on. So that's what I'm when I'm back testing, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at based off of the time I would have got in. Like I know I entered on a 9 o'clock candle based off of what I'm looking for. These are all the nine. These are marks. These are trades that from yesterday today. But before it would still be before the 9 o'clock candle. Like this one we took together. We ain't catch all of this buy. We caught it to about what was the take profit on that trade on Wednesday? I think it was 860 something. Something. Let me look. What was the take profit on there? I'm going back in the Discord to look at what I set to take profit as for Wednesday. Was 436. This was 436. So this was trades we took on Tuesday, on Wednesday, that I seen from Tuesday call. And the same thing for Nas. I have a section on based off the time that I'm entering, which is the 10 o'clock, the 10 a.m. candle. for Nas, which is the first candle in New York session. That's why I section off in these lines like this. So this is for this week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here. So I got a section off based off the days and the time that I enter. Bitcoin is the same thing. I got it sectioned off based off the days and the time that I will be looking to enter. To see how the position will play out based off of that. Not based off of whether or not you trade, because I don't trade every single day, but just based off of how I'll take the trade. So if I'm taking a trade on Monday, looking at the analysis of what I'm seeing on Monday, based off of the candle I will enter at, what I have been looking for in this area. I've been looking at that it's coming out of an order block, a buy order block. We're on a higher time frame, so it's on a 4 hour time frame. Okay, so you would have come down to a lower time frame. So 1 hour, 30 minute. Okay. Now it coming out of a buy order block after 8 a.m. I'm not looking to enter exactly at 8 o'clock. I'm waiting for it to see something like this. How this is long wick followed by the flat. So you would have been entering after this because this is the sign of the reversal right here. So I'm looking to spot a reversal on a lower time frame after that first candle in New York. Whether I'm on Bitcoin, the Nas, the 30, GJ, it's the same thing. I have it sectional based off of the time I will enter, which is the first candle in New York. It's my entry times based off of what I would have been looking for because it's coming out of a daily order block. It's been coming out of a daily order block. That's why you seen buys on GJ based off of where it was at here on Monday. Monday, it moved sideways on Monday. It didn't do anything on Monday. It didn't make no move until Tuesday, and then Monday. GJ did. Gold and gold is the 6 a.m. candle, which is the first candle on London session. Is when gold start moving. Right before New York, gold starts to make its move in the London session. Mm, 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 mm.
You trade at 6 for gold.
If you enter, where you enter at is 6 a.m. at 6 a.m. candle. Like you start looking for your entries after 6 a.m. Like London.
So no 9 o'clock.
No, gold has the 4 hour candles have a different time. So
Okay.
each pair have different times. Like 30 is 9 o'clock is the first candle in New York. Nas is 10 a.m. Um, I think the chef. What was that? I looked at the chef something. Forgot which one it was. But that one it also starts moving in London first. Like it starts to, you can start seeing which the setup for your trade during London going into New York. Like you can start seeing the setup in London. Right, let me show you. So you trade gold, right? Like, and if we go back from looking at Monday, right, on gold, just starting with the 4 hour candle, which was a set, which sold on Monday. Looking at that 6 a.m. candle, right? We're gonna go back, drop it down to the 1 hour. Because we're starting to look for our move after 6 a.m. We're looking to see when it started. It started to sell from right here, a couple hours after 6 o'clock. Let me show you where you would have seen it. You probably would have seen it on a smaller time frame first. Yep, you would have seen it right here on the 30 minute. The sales start happening right here on the 30 minute after that 6 a.m. candle, which was 6:30, 7, so around 7:30, right before New York opened is when it started to change direction. But on the 4 hour, that's the 6 o'clock candle. But you want to spot where it's rejecting at on a lower time frame. Anything for like, so if, even if today gold didn't do nothing but consolidate. Yes, and gold did today. It did nothing but move back and forth. It moves wacky. It didn't make no big moves today. The big move was made on Wednesday and Thursday. Let's go move Wednesday and Thursday. And if you would have got in Wednesday, you could have held it till Thursday. Because this is the 6 o'clock candle here on Wednesday. You know it's coming out of a 4 hour order block on Wednesday. This is 6 o'clock. This is the 6 o'clock candle here. That the rejection what you're looking for is to see something like a doge and a flat bottom afterward. A doji and then a flat bottom afterward. That's telling you that it is reversing. So you want to your entry would have been here, and your stop would have been underneath. That your entry would have been the flat candle. So after you see this, you'd be looking. Your entry would have been here. This is the indication of the change of direction. It never came back underneath this candle. It never came back underneath. Even on Thursday. The 6 o'clock candle exactly was your entry candle because it had the doji at 5:30, and when the 4 hour candle came out at 6 o'clock, that was your entry for the buy, and it never came back below there. Now, while it consolidated, it never came back below this candle over here at 6 o'clock. That if you was looking for another buy, it would have been after, like right here, this flat candle after this doji would have been your entry, but it never came back over here. It just consolidated. It really didn't go nowhere. Also, when you back test and if you change the candles, you can hit the replay on a back tester. But I back test based off of how I got it sectional when I would enter. But if I change the candles to traditional candles, because it doesn't let you back test on, it doesn't let you replay with Hakanashi candles. But I will hit the replay and it will erase what I have like that, and I can go back to Monday. I can go back to Monday. I'll go back how far I want to go back and play it out. Yeah, I don't trade with traditional candles.
How long you been trading for?
I've been trading for 5 years.
Alright.
So, any questions on like what trades did y'all take this week
I
that we
took
can go?
gold.
You only took gold?
Yeah, but I was looking at other pairs though too. But I was mainly focused on gold.
It's good to focus on just one pair at a time too, because then you get to understand how it moves. So if you're gonna focus on gold and like want to just only focus on gold, you can focus on gold just so you can understand more or less how it moves and understand like you'll know like what days are good days for gold. Like just if you focus on one pair.
Yeah, because I'm still learning. I just learned that it started at 6 in the morning. I thought it started at 9.
No, so gold first candle in New York will be 10 o'clock. But if you wait for the 10 o'clock candle, you're missing your move. I used to only trade gold like about I want to say like the beginning of last year, I was trading like mostly just gold. And I learned that gold moves during London. It starts making this, you can start seeing the move the setup during London. Like the setup in which direction is gonna go. You see it, you start seeing it during London. So 6 a.m. is 3 hours after London open. So you start seeing the move during the London session. So you can get in and already be in position by the time it opens up in New York session and does the pullback. It's not going to pull you out because you got in at a higher position. So gold starts to make its move like around 6 o'clock. So if you get in, even if you set your alarm to start looking for a position, like if you know gold makes its move at 6 o'clock and you set your alarm maybe 30 minutes before to start seeing that you see your setup for around 6, or if you're getting up like around 6 a.m. But that's how you master one pair and then move on to the next, is by learning the behavior of one pair. You don't gotta trade every pair. If you take one pair that you like and you like the way it moves and you master that pair, then you can move on to other pairs. But to go from pair to pair or try to trade everything, is you're not gonna never really like learn. You're not gonna know how one thing moves. It's gonna be I'm just trade. You're just trying to be trading to be trading. It's good to focus on just one pair at a time, and you can get in gold, and especially with gold. Gold is something you can get in and you can take a couple positions and hold it and make your daily goal for the week by the middle of the week. Like you might have a profit target that you want to hit for the week, and you can hit that target by Tuesday or Wednesday with gold, because gold moves kind of fast. It's typically not even a beginner pair. It's not something beginners typically start with because of how it moves. Or even if you're gonna trade Bitcoin, another one like you don't. If you trade Bitcoin, and I know everybody say Bitcoin moves on a weekend, you don't gotta trade 7 days a week. The less you're in the market, the better. The more money you make actually, because the less chances it's not you thinking about the more chances you got to win, but it's really the more chances you got to lose if you're in the market too much. You don't the same moves is happening over and over again. The market repeats itself over and over again. And for Bitcoin, the first candle when it starts moving is that 8 o'clock candle, that 8 a.m. candle. The first candle in New York. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. So knowing that the move you looking to see happen is gonna start making this move like around 8 o'clock. Start setting your alarm for 7:30, so because you're looking for your setup around 8 o'clock. Set your alarm for 7 to 7:30. Get up, get moving, get around, pray, meditate, get your mind right, get your mind ready to be inside the chart. And you know that if this is what you trade, then you should be looking for your move after 8 o'clock. Look at the 8 o'clock candle. The move is happening right after 8 o'clock. It never comes back before that candle. Like, just analyze based on what you're looking for on the chart, based off of your confluences. You pick up the trading plan and you go through the checklist, and you see what you're looking for around 7:30. So you're looking for the direction of what you taking it. Like here, this would have definitely been a buy based off of it coming out of this order block, and you would have waited for to get in right after this candle. Uh, After that doji candle, you probably would have seen it happening on a smaller time frame. 8 o'clock, 8:30, by 9 o'clock, you was in the market, already in position. It's stop loss down here and going any day. It's after the 8 o'clock candle. It doesn't come back to it. But you don't gotta trade every single day. Pick your days that you're gonna trade. Get a hobby or something. Y'all don't gotta be in the market every single day. When you're not in the market, find something else to do that's productive that you could be doing. What are you planning on doing once y'all pull y'all money out of the market?
Sure, I'm trying to get a 9 to 5. I'm trying to have a side.
You finna have a job, so you gotta
No,
trick, huh?
I said I'm trying to.
You trying to get a job? That's not a
Yeah,
bad thing to do. But even when you have a job, trade around your work schedule. If you want to work, trade around your work schedule. But when you make the money, like if you have a goal and you make the money for that you're looking to make in this market, I don't know what y'all looking for out of what are y'all goals out of Forex? Like y'all coming out of Forex and y'all just gonna just make the money? The money is there. The money gonna be made. Once you really get the strategy, you gonna make the money. So what are your plans to do after you make the money? Like y'all gotta think past just the chart and think about what y'all gonna do after y'all make the money.
this for my kids when I have some kids.
Yeah,
When
so
money,
start if you planning on making it for your kids and you plan on doing it for when you have some kids, start looking into to trust funds, to different types of trust. Get a whole term life insurance policy. A whole term life insurance policy allows you to borrow money against that. It's something that you could set up for your kids to where if you have any type of family emergencies, you can go and pull money out of that for your kids. If you want it, you could use that life insurance policy to pay for your kids' school, to pay for funds, to pay for anything they like stuff that they need. You can borrow against it, and it's not you're not getting taxed the same on it. Okay, so if you're thinking about something for your kids, like a nest for your family, then you want to look into whole term, not term life insurance, not the stuff that they advertise for that you get when you die. It's a type of life insurance policy that you can borrow against, that you could utilize while you're alive, and it's not taxed the same way. So when y'all looking at other investments, it's a lot of stuff outside of just trading that y'all could do that y'all might be good at, like in real estate and stuff. You want to put your money in something like a hard asset. You want to take and diversify your money so that you don't have to solely depend on trading. If you're not going to trade, you can put your money into rental properties. And that way you have money paying you. You don't have to work for your money. You can go enjoy your life and go travel a lot. Y'all young. Y'all can go and travel and do all of this stuff. Even if you don't have kids and you're looking to start a family and you're looking to do stuff, diversify your money to the point where you don't have to trade into something that you do because you love doing it. And not just because you gotta be in the market and make money. Hurry up and make money, hurry up and make money. You can take your money and put it in what's called hard assets. Real estate is a hard asset. Um, Gold is actually something you can own. Gold bricks is something you can own and buy by the ounce and hold them. Those are hard assets. They're only gonna appreciate in value. They're only gonna grow in value. Okay, like um car lots and businesses that's going out of bit. A lot of the stuff is going out of business. E-commerce stuff that y'all do, stuff that y'all buy. Everybody's online and everybody shops online, so you can take and diversify your money to where you have a hard asset and something else making money for you outside the market. Because when you take the stress off yourself of where you're going to get your money or how you're going to make your money, then when you go in the market, it's easier to make the money because you're not stressing about it. Because that's where a lot of confidence and stuff come into. Because when you go in the market, you're only thinking about how all your bills, you're thinking about what you got to do, you're thinking about all the stuff that you need to do and all the potential money you can make out of the market. And your decision making goes into that, what you're thinking about. You're thinking about all this stuff and your decision making of how to execute in the market, it goes into that. So you got to pull that stuff away from your mind to go into the market with a clear head, to be able to detach from the trade. You can't detach from the trade if you're thinking about all the problems and everything that you need to solve and all the stuff you got to do. It's not going to happen like that. You got to really detach from the market. The market is going to make the moves. You got to trust your analysis. You got to be able to trust your analysis. And some of y'all can't even trust your own self. So you got to be able to trust your analysis. If you can't even trust yourself, trust what you know works enough to allow it to work and not stress about everything that you're thinking about. My bills, how I'm gonna make this money. My car need to be fixed. My mom need help. This person need help. All of that stuff and all of them problems and them issues is going to be there. They existed before you started trading. What I'm saying is to detach from that. Start making money in other things. This way that this doesn't have to be your barrier. Everybody can't be a trader. Y'all got this skill, and trading is not for the weak at heart. That's why you be having Wall Street traders jumping out of windows when they lose, because this shit is not for the weak. I know they was losing their head when this shit was dropping. I live in New
You
York.
for real? Like,
I ain't hear you.
I said you for real. They were jumping out of windows.
So when I was younger, I'm from New York. So when I was younger, yes, somebody jumped. When the market crashed in 2008, I was in Manhattan when somebody jumped. Somebody in 2008 when we had the market crash, the big market crash in 2008, they jumped. Somebody jumped and landed on a car, and they shut down all the traffic and everything in Manhattan. And it was a fucking mess. But it's not for the weak though, because they while we're in the market and we might be losing a couple $100, these brokers is losing people millions of dollars. They going in during this market crash. Warren Buffett and them lost billions of dollars, like the 500 million. And you wouldn't think it. They in there smiling, but they lost $500 million on this drop right here. On this stock drop, they lost like 500 million easy. How this market was dropping, that's why people were worried. That drop is like an easy 500 million gone. And they don't be looking not a bit of worry. You know why? They gonna get it back. They're gonna get it. They know they're gonna get it back in the market. That's part of being an investor. That's part of being an investor. It's knowing how to take a loss and keep on moving. Is anyone that y'all wanted to go over? Like I do think the buy is gonna continue on like going into next week. But that position I'm in on the 30, I'm probably gonna close it out if it don't hit profit by Monday. I'm probably gonna close it out. I got like a 3-day max on holding the US 30. As I start to see the reversal in the middle of the week, I'll probably be closing it out by Monday or Sunday when the market open if they don't hit profit by then. But I'm looking for the market to continue up right now based off of, let me look at these. order blocks back.
So you say you gonna hold US 30 until it get to the point.
To get to the profit, yeah, to hit profit target because it's coming out of this it's coming out of an order block. Like I've been anticipating to buy since this order block, but it sold past this order block and came down to this order block here and didn't
Or
break.
you just drag the order block to that side.
No, the order, see the indicator I just put on right here?
Hmm.
That one finds the order blocks for you. But if it don't make the order block right away, the order block, so like if an order block, let me show you where order block happened at before the indicator actually showed me where it was at. So it happened here, like this right here would have been an order block. This right here is an order block. Where's this this
Do they be
candle
showing like
this
do they
candle
be showing never mind.
hold up. See this candle right here?
Hmm.
So the candle before the change of the direction is the order block. Is the buy order block that it made. So this candle, or the candle or the candles before the change of direction is where,
That's a 6 o'clock candle.
huh?
No, fair enough. That's a 6 o'clock candle.
What this?
Yeah.
No. So on the US 30, the candle that I'm looking to get in on will be the 9 o'clock candle. So the candle after 9 a.m. on a 4 hour. So on
And go to 6.
and gold is 6. Yeah. But this made this order block right here. That's why when we was on a call on Tuesday, I was seeing that it was rejected, but I didn't want to prematurely call the buy until it made its until it showed me the indication after 9 o'clock. But I seen it Tuesday when we was on a call when I did the pop-up session on Tuesday. I seen that it was rejecting this order block. But you start for gold, if you're gonna focus just on gold, start looking for your moves after 6 o'clock. So if you gotta set your alarm and you want to just start forward testing it, even if you're testing it in demo mode, but start forward testing it. Set an alarm and start looking for your moves after 6 o'clock. If you're gonna be trading gold, if you're gonna be trading Bitcoin, start looking for your moves after 8 o'clock. GJ is not; these are Eastern, so it's 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm not sure what location y'all in, but it will be 6 o'clock Eastern.
But I've kind of realized that gold does move better during the New York session.
During it, you said what? It moves during what session?
During the New York session, like gold moves
Yeah,
very
during
well
New
during
York,
this.
it's gonna start moving. But what you're doing is it starts indicating like what move is getting ready to take during London. Like you have an idea of which direction gold is getting ready to move in during London.
Yeah, and even GJ too, because there's a couple of times I've wanted to trade GJ during the Tokyo session, but it does not give me any direction, but it does when it's New York.
Yeah, it does. It does give you an indication. Like for GJ, you would have for sure seen the sell before New York, but it started to make the sell move in New York. But you would have seen it. You would have spotted it before New York. You would have spotted it before New York for sure. Even this buy, you would have spotted it right before New York session, right here, because this is the doji and then the flat would have been right at 9 o'clock to enter for the buy, short buy position. That's a short. Consolidated there. This is consolidation. Consolidation is done accumulating orders, like market manipulation. They don't know which way, the gathering orders for which way the market is getting ready to move. So you shouldn't trade consolidation. When the market is moving sideways in between, like not making any new lows or new highs, you shouldn't trade it because there's no clear direction of which way it's going. But on GJ, if you start looking at your moves right around 9 o'clock, then you'll be able to get in a good move. Like, I'm coming. So I'm also looking for GJ to continue to buy next week because it came out of this daily order block right here. So I am looking forward to continue to go up next week. Because it hasn't came back and retested this area. Wait, I'll move this for this week. It hasn't come back and retested the area. It just wicked around down here. It touched that buy order block and been buying up from since then. Like, but we ain't get a good push on GJ. This was a push, but like a stronger push than that. So this is a good one right here. 9 a.m. candle, but it took you to the fucking moon on DJ. So next on Sunday, I'm gonna be looking for a buy. I want to see how the market, how the candle look on the week's open. I'm looking for gold to break out though, right here, because it's hovering at the top at the monthly high. So I'm looking for gold to break out. Break from this monthly high to which direction it's gonna go. And in order for Bitcoin to confirm that it's going to continue going up, it has to break this order block right here. This is the order block I was saying. It's a strong order block right here. It's above the mid-month, but it's a strong order block right here that it didn't break. And the reason this order block is a strong order block is because the heavy sell orders that came out of it. It keeps coming to right here and going back down. It came here, so came right here, so came right here again, and then selling back. So it gotta break this to confirm the buy. For the buy to continue. It's above the mid-month right now. So hopefully it doesn't pull back down and break below this too much. But it looks like it rejects around this area. But it gotta break this order block to continue to buy for Bitcoin. So we're gonna see how the week candle open on Sunday. Any questions? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one up. The next call that we're gonna be doing is on Sunday for the chart markup. We're gonna be doing that after market open on Sunday. Okay? So I should have this call up within the next couple hours. Over and out. Enjoy y'all weekend. Study where y'all messed up at. Journal and fix y'all mistakes for next week.